I am a language enthusiast, always eager to explore the world through new words. Since I was a child, I have had a particular curiosity about languages other than my native tongue. I believe that language is not just a tool for communication, but also a gateway to new cultures, ways of thinking, and people. My journey with foreign languages began when I first encountered English, and later, I challenged myself with Japanese. Each language I learn brings new experiences and helps me understand the world around me more deeply. Currently, I live in a city in Canada where I continue my journey of learning and personal development. This city offers me the opportunity not only to learn more about languages, but also to gain a deeper understanding of cultural diversity. Working and studying in an international community has given me more insight into various cultures and how communication occurs across nations. I believe that living in such a multicultural environment is crucial in helping me become more knowledgeable and adaptable in using language. I was born and raised in a small town where people rarely use English in daily life. Vietnamese was the only language I used since I was young, and learning English initially felt like an overwhelming challenge. When I was young, I didn't have much exposure to English. It wasn't until middle school that I began to seriously study English. The first days in the English class were truly memorable. I couldn't understand what the teacher was saying, and the vocabulary in the textbook seemed like unfamiliar characters. I felt discouraged and wondered if I could ever really learn this language. I didn't understand the plot, but I was captivated by the intonation and expression of the characters. This sparked in me a strong desire. I wanted to understand what they were saying to be able to communicate fluently in this language. From then on, I began to change my approach to learning English. I no longer relied solely on textbooks, but proactively sought out various resources like movies, songs, and books in English. I remember the first time I tried to read an English book. I had to use a dictionary constantly, but gradually, I was able to understand simple sentences without help. Despite my determination, I couldn't avoid difficulties. One of the biggest challenges was pronunciation. I realized that English pronunciation is completely different from Vietnamese, and there were many sounds I couldn't naturally produce. To improve this, I started practicing by listening to podcasts and repeating what I heard. I also recorded my voice and compared it to native speakers. After some time, I noticed a significant improvement in my pronunciation. Another obstacle was communication. I could read and understand, but when I had to speak with others, I felt incredibly awkward. I was afraid of making mistakes and being laughed at. But then I realized that making mistakes is a part of the learning process. I joined English clubs and made friends with others who were passionate about learning languages. This helped me gain much more confidence. After a long period of effort, I was able to communicate in English more naturally. I remember the first time I had a conversation with a foreign friend without having to translate each sentence in my head. The feeling was amazing, like a new door had opened before me. Not only that, English has helped me access more knowledge and opportunities. I can read original books without waiting for translations, attend online lectures from prestigious universities, And most importantly, I feel more confident communicating with people from different cultures. Once I had a solid foundation in English, I began thinking about learning another new language. I chose Japanese because I have always loved Japanese culture. But this time, I had experience in learning languages, so I approached Japanese more systematically. I used the effective methods I had applied when learning English, such as learning through context, listening and repeating, and practicing real life communication. Learning a new language not only helps me expand career opportunities, but it also helps me understand more about the world and myself. From a boy who didn't know a word of English, I've now become proficient in it, and now I'm continuing to conquer another language. I believe that every language is a door to a new world, and I hope to continue opening more doors like this in the future.